Good morning. It is a chilly Louisiana day to hear the locals say it was 52 degrees this morning, but it's sunshiny and pretty outside. And we are in the shop and we are doing the tedious work today of boring holes for mounting hardware and putting this together. So this is a step one, is locating and boring the holes. I'll fasten this front piece on the bottom and this back piece on the back bottom. This back piece is what these fasten to. These are the hangers, as I call them, for the rear wheels, and there are two of them. And this, of course, is the turn piece, the pivot point. Some people call it a fifth wheel for the front. Somewhere around here, here it is. It's my other rear hanger here. And they'll go on something like this. And then, as I say, this one goes in the back, bolts all the way through the two horizontal runners. And this one goes in the front, bolts between the two horizontal runners, which establish the width between the two. And then we will use the other boards I talked about to actually mount the engine on, which will mount it to this frame. But with that being said, I realized I'm 4 bolts shy. Some people say I'm gonna have to knock a few bricks shy of a full load, but I am 4 bolts shy on this project. I thought I had counted them out accurately, but evidently I did not. So it's time for me and the dogs to go to town. We'll see you later. Okay, here we are after several minutes of head scratching and laying out and then boring holes. And what I've got decided, I set the space, and this is going to be a little bit longer than the original that I was patterning after, but the engine I was dealing with is a little bit bigger, so it'll be okay, but it will be a little unusual. A lot of hole drilling in seasoned oak, but things are looking pretty good. I may have to move this piece to the other side. I can't, I've got 2 holes. From the original installation of the hospital, I got 2 holes that I'll have to just live with. But yeah, I'm starting to bolt it up. We'll see what it looks like again here in a minute. Well, here we are, we're getting closer and closer. Got the front pivot point to bolt, getting threaded finger tight. And then I'm gonna have to check the diagonals on this thing, because as anal retentive as I am, that's a big word for Ricky Cole, I will have to make sure this thing is square. I don't want it carting crookedly down the pathway when I'm using it, so thank you. It may not look like a lot, but there's a lot of work in it to get it to this point. I guess if I'm really retentive later on, I'll come back and cut these bolts off flush with the nuts. They're about a 1/2 inch long. One would say I could have got shorter bolts, but I wanted to make sure that I wouldn't have to do a lot of whamming and banging and to get them to fit. So, but here we go. Here's another stage forward. Okay, it's quitting time. This is all I've done today is mess with this. Got the front axle, got the front pivot point on. I got the rear axle hangers. I've got the crossbars attached. I've got the first 2 carriage bolts set for the support for the engine. The engine itself, I have pulled the old rotten wood out from under it and fastened the new crossbars that I had fabricated. They're under there, just awaiting for me to do the movement and get the engine up off this stand with the lift and put it on the other. But first I have to do the axle and the wheels. I've got the wheels. I'm just gonna have to do some measuring and tinkering and get the spacers on, but that's where I'm at. This is it for today. It's even begun to get hot. It's time for me to quit.